A voice that shapes narratives and a mind that commands respect.
No government, irrespective of the political color we bear, can trample upon the constitution.
The national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party and a Supreme Court lawyer.
Indian spirit of democracy is very crystal clear that your protest is welcome, propaganda is not. Your dissent is welcome, disorder is not. Your free speech is vital, but secessionism, anti-national activities are not.
There is a verdict that BJP is trying to rewrite the constitutional morality.
If an armchair activist agrees with a judgment, it's constitutional morality. If an armchair activist does not like the judgment, it's judicial overreach and the political overreach. District court is where a character is built. Money is a byproduct. Today, under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, law is evoluting. Law is now supportive. Law is now a ladder. Law is now your oxygen to grow in business.
Powerful, persuasive, and unwavering. Today on the Founders Times, we present Jaiveer Shergill.
Welcome to the Founders Times. I'm your host, Suhani Khanna, and welcome to a new episode of our segment Industry, where we are joined by India's most articulate and influential voices, Advocate Jaiveer Shergill. And today, we are going to ask him questions about the legal industry and know more about how it works around. He is one of the most logical, critical, and fearless voices in India. So let's dive right into this podcast. Thank you so much for being on this podcast. It's a pleasure to host you and talking more about legal industry itself. Tell us your journey as a Supreme Court lawyer, how it came into your life.
Firstly, thanks to you, thanks to the Founders Time, and I'm happy, elated that it is being you're reaching out to young voices beyond the hustle bustle of the courtroom, and the young team is here to take this forward. So, best of luck to all of you for your future endeavors. Legal profession. I used to breathe legal profession in my home because my father's a lawyer, and on a lighter vein, not in a nepotism sense, but from an inspirational sense. My first fancy dress competition in school in Jalandhar was addressed as a lawyer.
Wow.
So I think in my formative years as a student, as a young boy, not so young anymore, I think the environment at home, my friend's father, I grew up in during the dark era of terrorism in Punjab. I saw how the legal community acted as a protector and a vanguard provider of justice, and the legal community also suffered a lot during those dark days of terrorism. So I think, as you say, in a cherry picking farm, you pick up the good and the bad cherries.
Yeah.
So I think that those growing up years left a lasting imprint which pushed me to law. Plus, I don't think so I was qualified or intelligent enough to crack IIT or IIM.
And tell us about being a national voice as well. How do you keep these two separated?
Since I always say, since 1960s, every Bollywood movie has shown two villains.
Yeah.
One is a politician and one is a lawyer. And I wear both the hats of a politician and as a lawyer. And so Bollywood has to be blamed for that.
Okay.
But both politics and law, people always curiously ask, is there an overlap? How do you manage? What are the contradictions?
Exactly.
Is there a complementing act? I think law and politics are, you don't need to juggle. They are both complementary to each other.
Okay.
Law and politics provide oxygen to each other rather than depriving the oxygen. In my limited journey as a lawyer and politician, I think they both teach you two important things. Law teaches you precision.
Okay.
How to separate the wheat from the chaff.
Okay.
And politics teaches you purpose. Secondly, law teaches you, there's a Hindi saying, pehle tolo phir bolo. Law teaches you sometimes after a judge has scolded you, after you realize the weight your word carries. So law teaches you that your every word should be weighed and carries a weight. Politics teaches you your every action has a consequence, and you must weigh every consequence before you act.
Wow.
So these are the two things which law and politics teach you. Lastly, they as they say famously in the legal world, both the devil and the God lie in the detail.
Wow. Remarkable.
Yeah, right. And law teaches you to find that devil and the God in the detail, whether it's field of politics, and lawyer. And I don't want to offend any other people, and people work very hard. Lawyer is more equipped to do justice to politics,
Okay.
because lawyer knows can see through the lofty promises. Lawyer can see through the unrealistic promises. At the same time, lawyer knows how to bind it in the legal framework to ensure that welfare scheme reaches the last doorstep.
Yeah.
To ensure to educate the public that your right is your right, and this is how you will get it.
Wow.
So the field of law channelizes politics, and I think I am blessed, lucky, fortunate, or as you say in Hindi, tukka lag gaya, to be in the playground of both law and politics.
But no, I would just say that you have worked really hard to achieve these designations, be it a lawyer, being a politician. Do talk about your formative days, being in college. What were the days back then? Like being a young lawyer, learning and practicing law. What were the days back then?
It is not always the best opinion and option, or a safe option to discuss your college days on live camera. So the what do you call the censored version?
Yeah.
I think my inclination towards so the biggest. I hail from a small town, Jalandhar.
Yeah.
Apart from the degree of the law, which people confuse that you just go to law school to get a degree in law, is just a very myopic and a narrow vision. A law school is your character building exercise.
Okay.
Law school is the first theater, action theater, which teaches you to deal with all kind of temperaments, which teaches you diversity, which teaches you to engage, interact with people from varied backgrounds, which teaches you how to appreciate people's journey. We had students, including people who had from rough journeys as while growing up, people who were from privileged background, for people who the journey from their home to law school sounded more like 100-year struggle, people who had dreams in their eyes, their risk-taking appetite.
Yeah.
So law school teaches you appreciation. Law school teaches you conflict.
Yes.
Law school teaches you conflict resolution. Law school builds your lifelong friendships. Law school also teaches you how to stay stable in a classroom and apply your mind. But the world of law school is very different from the world of courtroom.
Okay.
So formative years also for me, law school was important because that's why I think subconscious level it put the foundation of politics in me. I was a student of the president of the student union.
Oh, that's amazing.
I learned very early on the art of balancing that faculty and the students, balancing the anger of or the happiness
So
of the students.
you've been doing it since your formative years.
And it's an absolute joy.
Yes.
I enjoy it. I'm a people's man.
Yes.
Sitting around in the mess and debating about the dal chawal at a weekly rate
Yeah.
with the same fervor as you would go and take a participation in a symposium,
Yes.
or try to protect your fellow colleague or a classmate after bunking a school or a class from the teacher.
Yeah.
So I think it gives you all flavors of life. And so as in nostalgia, everybody will say, and when you grow up, somebody should bring back those old days.
Yeah, it does. And what was your first courtroom experience like? Your first day when you were entering the court as a lawyer?
It's like a district level cricket player facing Irfan Pathan in the nets. Your legs are shaking.
Yeah.
You don't know at what speed you're not trained to, or what speed that ball will come towards you.
Yeah.
Whether it'll be a bouncer, yorker, you'll be able to duck it or not duck it. I think the first courtroom experience for anybody is extra special. It tests the strength in your legs. You fumble, you tremble. It is what you called a overwhelming experience. But my first court experience, as you know, Mark Twain said, there are only 2 days which are important in your life. Number 1, the day you were born. Number 2, the day you find out why.
Wow.
So the first courtroom day tells you why you were born. The adrenal to present a case before the judge, to test your limits, to test your tenacity, to your resilience, to overcome your fears. I still remember I was practicing 4 to 5 hours a night before just to say, may it please your lordship, just to ensure that I get these 4 words together in one breath.
Wow.
And you may win, lose, get many accolades later in your life. But the first day is in your memory as alive as a fresh snow in the winter.
Wow. And there are a lot of students out there who are in law schools and they do district court internships and stuff. I myself have some lawyers friends who actually practice district internships, but they end up not choosing to continue it, and it's primarily because of the mess that they see around that place. So how would you explain, as a Supreme Court lawyer, your experience being in this industry, that they can continue their journey as a lawyer without being fumbled or without being terrified of the internships that they have seen at the district courts?
Netflix and Amazon are to be blamed
Okay.
for disillusionment with the district courts.
Okay.
Students, young students these days expect suits, that season,
Yes.
a Harvey Specter
The
kind
Harvey
of
Specter, yes.
environment on day one.
Yeah.
Whereas district court justice is justice and atmosphere served raw, unfiltered and real.
Okay.
So you walk in to district court expecting suits. In reality, it is Jolly LLB. But having said that, district court is where a character is built.
Okay.
Money is a byproduct. Money will flow. You can want to be a posh corporate lawyer. Everybody has their own calling in life. But if you want to build a character as a lawyer, district court is the temporal seat, number 1. Initial years, a lawyer can learn much more by sitting in a district court canteen than what you will learn in your 5 year of law school combined.
Okay.
Number 3, why people? Because these days, district court projects a picture of struggle. District court is a place where the finesse of the law, whether it's civil law, criminal law, it's not a short magic pill. Where like in Supreme Court, you get 30 seconds on SLP admission day or a minute and you may get or may not get a relief. District court is where you have to meander.
Yes.
District court teaches you all the aspects of life. You have a convict, you have somebody on a death row, you have a property dispute going on for 25 years. The first day in district court, I still remember, it was in Delhi, where you have to still struggle to find how many gates are there to enter the venue.
Yes.
So all the young lawyers who are there, district court may look like a Mount Everest climb, but you must do this climb if you want to run the marathon of legal field throughout. You must learn how to get a notary, what is an affidavit stamping, how to order samosa in the canteen, how to engage with under trials when they are being presented,
Yes.
how to lead cross-examination, how to lead evidence. So watch Netflix and Amazon in the evening, but breathe district court during the daytime.
Yeah. And what are the biggest mistakes you think lawyers make when it comes to litigation or corporate law?
Unreal expectations from yourself.
Oh.
Peer pressure.
Okay.
Unreal burden. We young lawyers, I myself took the itch to make loads of money as soon as possible. Job hopping, job shifting. we want quick fixes and blunt solutions as young lawyers, including myself when I was there. As a young lawyer, we make too many quick decisions and make a life plan when we are 22 that at 40 I will be doing this. At 50 I will be doing this, he or she. 22 or fresh out of law school, 3 years should be let destiny take its course. Let us experiment everything. And then let's at least be qualified to take that decision. A law intern from a fresh law schools, including myself, and I don't want to be judging anybody, we think that we know it all. We don't give us a fair chance. So the mistake a young lawyers make is we have fixed ideas, not open to experimenting in different fields of law. And lastly, judging or having our journey by short goals. If I have not got a car in 1 year, if I have not bought a watch in second year, I think the true test of a lawyer is about character building. Can you, without your legs shaking, stand up in the court? Can you engage with the client? Can anybody after 2 years of your life come to your advice? It's okay. You don't need to be a ace lawyer in the first year. Free yourself from these shackles of unreal expectation. Your first year is just knowing your way around the courtroom. Your first year is just to get that photocopy for your senior. It's okay. Master the art. You cannot be a good one-day player unless you have played Ranji. You cannot be a good Ranji player unless you have played district. You cannot be a good district player unless you have played for your school team. So take it easy. Take it step by step.
And what's your take on people who say that Gen Zs are a little difficult when it comes to, hard work because they are very much into their comfort zone?
Every generation has a judgment or comment about the earlier generation. My father's generation has a comment about my generation. I will have a comment about the younger generation. My grandfather's generation. Every generation which is progressing always has a presumption that the younger generation has it easy. Gen Z Gen Z I find is more focused, more structured. I remember when now when I interact with Gen Z of law schools, sometimes I law school and they tell me, sir, we are doing this internship, that internship, this moot court, that moot court, this debate, that debate, this article. So it's like, oh my God, I wish I could have studied and worked hard that much in law school. I would have been more, maybe I would have reached far ahead. So full marks to Gen Z. Gen Z is much aware, much more focused. And I think Gen Z have a task cut out. But one advice to the Gen Z is, do master AI, master chat GPT. Don't let AI chat GPT become your master. That's the only...
That's very important for Gen Zs. That's very significant. So many founders see law as a roadblock instead of framework. What's your advice to young entrepreneurs about integrating legal understanding into their business DNA?
I think one of the very famous judge, Justice Frankfurter, if my memory doesn't fail me, said, law is a restraint which sets a man free. It's a restraint which sets a man free. All the young founders, startups, company, do not treat law as a speed breaker, but rather as a seat belt. Many startups don't fail because they accepted, analyzed, or presented a bad pitch deck. They fail because they refuse to read the finer print, the finer detail. A law is a guardrail which ensures that you do not fall off the cliff. Today, under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, law is evoluting. Law is now supportive. Law is now a ladder. Law is now your oxygen to grow in business. In our previous 2 years, more than 6,000 redundant laws were scrapped just to assist the startup world. In now you have a company formation, you have single window clearances. In the world, if 10 unicorns are there, one is in India. So advice to all the startup new owners is read the law, be aware of the law, and to ensure you stay within the lane of the law. Law is a tool which will help you expand, avoid the dark trenches and the pitches, avoid the dark corners, and at best it will avoid that nobody can take you for a ride.
Yeah, true. And journalists and activists often claim that India's public space is shrinking under BJP. As a lawyer, do you see this as safeguarding national interest or inconvenient voices, silencing inconvenient voices?
You know, big words like constitutional morality, you're silencing national words. With due respect, all the armchair activists, the drawing room activists, judge actions of the government and action of the judiciary per their own convenience. Freedom of speech in expression, free will, constitutional morality has become a flexi tool, a convenience tool which armchair activists swing to suit their own convenience. And we see this on daily basis, a lawyer and a politician. If an armchair activist agrees with a judgment, it's constitutional morality. If an armchair activist does not like the judgment, it's judicial overreach and the political overreach.
True.
So, you know, in Indian, the bedrock of our the constitution, no government, irrespective of the political color we bear, can trample upon the constitution. Indian spirit of democracy is very crystal clear that your protest is welcome and essential. Propaganda is not.
Okay.
Your dissent is welcome. Disorder is not. Your free speech is vital, but secessionism, anti-national activities are not. And free speech, raising your national voice, which other nation in the world, you tell me, allows people to abuse the mother of the prime minister and still campaign freely?
Sure.
Which nation in the world allows ex-Twitter happy people to criticize Supreme Court judges, High Court judges, indulge in character assassination and still sit at their home freely?
True.
India is the largest democracy in the world. India is a Hindu majority.
Yes.
85%. Still, the decision to build Ram Temple was taken through a constitutional mechanism by the judgment of the Supreme Court. Where in the world it has happened?
Yeah.
That Lord Ram, the biggest, the faith repository of the majority population, had to find place.
Yeah.
After litigation, different stages of litigation, affidavits being filed in the court.
Yes.
So if there was a trend of silencing voices, of imposing or bulldozing over rights or things, then the Ram Mandir should have been established rather than going through a court judgment. It is the Supreme Court which upheld the right to privacy. So the BJP, for you, because you asked me question, people who do not like the reforms being ushered in by BJP or Prime Minister Narendra Modi try to put the stale, overused wrapper of anti-democracy, freedom of speech and will. I think India is going through exciting times, both legally, politically, and economically, where everything is upswing, and Indian judiciary, courtroom, political, parliament has the enough space to flex your elbows and to express your dissent.
That's true. That's amazing. And the way that you have expressed the examples as well of the Ram Mandir, because there is a verdict that sometimes it has been expressed that BJP is trying to rewrite the constitutional morality. But taking this again to the legal side, law students today are still taught IPC, CRPC and evidence from old curricula. With BNS, BNSS and BSA coming into force, do you think legal education in India is ready to adapt?
It is not. It must adapt.
It must?
It must adapt.
Okay.
There is no option.
Okay.
It's the new criminal laws, the old criminal archaic laws have been repealed. The new legal system, the new criminal laws, the new criminal reforms are the only road on which every lawyer and every judge will travel. It is the new expressway, which will ensure swift, quick, impartial, and speedy justice. Right?
Yeah.
You cannot be riding on a redundant car
Yes.
or a car which is only operating in reverse gear to get onto the expressway.
Yes.
For law schools, the first most important thing is to upgrade the curriculum. Second, which is the most important according to me, is to train the faculty. The larger questions, are teachers being trained enough to educate the students on the new criminal justice system, the BNS and all the laws you mentioned. And lastly and importantly, whether it was the old system or not, still law schools are somewhere lacking the practical classroom teaching. Still, we are more focused on teaching philosophy rather than the art of practically administrating the medicine. So with the, I would say, in the classrooms, more practical live examples should be integrated. And lastly, I think technology, adaptation of technology into curriculum should be done to ensure that the lawyer of future or lawyer of today, lawyer of present is as aware as Elon Musk is.
Yeah. And that you mentioned that they need practical exposure. There are a lot of people who, do not get the opportunity to practice with actual good lawyers
Yes.
when it comes to district court. So how do you think the young lawyers should work around that?
I think as the time has passed by, internships are more structured. For young students who are watching this, do not consider an internship just a tick box that I've checked.
Yeah.
And do not take your from first internship as if this is where you're going to get a job.
Okay.
Please treat internship as a holistic experience which you will breathe, absorb, apply. Take internships as informed choices, informed consent, whether you like corporate law, whether you criminal law, whether you like to being an activist, whether you like being a arguing counsel, whether you like a drafting counsel. So dabble, explore, and then make a choice. As far as finding those internships are created, it's a shout out to all the alumni of all law schools combined.
Yeah.
Help your juniors, ensure they get internships, write good certificates. But to interns also, neither you're doing a favor.
Yeah.
This internship is for you to identify your calling. Sometimes students do internship and say, hey, I don't want to be a lawyer at all.
Yeah.
So it's better to be informed. And they say in Hindi is चल रहे हैं, दौड़ रहे हैं, गिर रहे हैं, लड़खड़ा रहे हैं, जिंदगी है, तजुर्बे हो रहे हैं.
Wow.
So take it that way.
Perfect. And bringing this podcast to a conclusion, we have a rapid fire round. What's the biggest myth about being a lawyer?
That you argue every day and about everything.
Okay. Complete the sentence. The future lawyer of India must
be the master of AI and not a slave to the AI.
Okay. Perfect. One message for women in law.
Fantastic. We need more women lawyers. Women in law will shape the next trajectory of the legal jurisprudence in the in Indian landscape, and need for more women lawyers as judges in all courts, district, high court, and Supreme Court.
And finally, which is harder, defending a client in court or defending a political party on national TV?
National TV, unfortunately, is now all noise.
Okay.
Less facts. Courtroom is all facts, no noise. So it is more responsibility to defend a client in court, because your lie can get caught fast. And as they say, the facts don't lie. Satya tathya pe thika hai aur jhoot ke pav nahi hote. So I think courtroom is a more challenging experience.
Perfect. And it was a complete honor having you on this podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. And I hope that the lawyers could take away great anecdotes from this.
Thank
you so
you.
much.